Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of One-on-One Coaching, where we believe we not only have the right to control our lives, we deserve to create them. Today, I wanted to expand a little bit on the last episode, where I shared a little bit about the power of environments and how it affects how we behave, how we operate, what we think. In one of the examples I gave, I mentioned being able to somewhat succeed in an environment that wasn't conducive to my growth, that wasn't supportive of what I was doing, and I had to ask myself, what did I do to be able to create that space in which I was enjoying going to work, not necessarily because my environment was helping me, but because I had a reason to be there and enjoy what I was doing. So I came up with three choices, and I'll just cover them very briefly, just because I'm sharing it with you, but I'm not sure if these are your choices. So the first thing that I came up with, that I had to choose to do, was to invest only in those who appreciated my message or my voice, and then acknowledge but not necessarily focus on the rest. And what that means is that I had to learn to not want for everybody to accept my message or to be on board with it. It wasn't that I believed that I was absolutely right in what I was doing. It was more like I believed what I was getting into was a subject of importance, and I thought it was kind of like bacon, something that everybody should like. But the fact is that not everyone likes bacon, and not some people haven't even tried it and don't have the interest of doing it. So I had to learn that lesson. I had to learn to focus my energy on those who really connected with it, if I was actually a believer of my message and what I was getting passionate about. So that's the first thing I had to do. Acknowledge the people that weren't necessarily on board with it, but don't really pay attention to it. Don't give it meaning. Don't give it power on my energy, and don't try to convince them, because it's just not going to happen. And then use that energy to focus on the ones that do connect with the message. So that's the first thing. The second thing I had to do was commit to stand for something. In the beginning of my career, I wanted to stand out by doing what the environment wanted people to do. I just wanted to do it better, faster, or smarter, or something like that. So I was just doing the same as everybody else, and I was standing out because I was just doing it with excellence, if you wanted to put it that way. But in reality, what really helped me stand out was when I started choosing my own voice and sharing it, and be committed to that voice. And I'm not sure what it is about it. It just made it so much easier for other people to be able to say yes or no, whether they agree with it or whether they were in alignment with it or not. So that was made it easier. And obviously, I started to notice separation, and some people would kind of like self-select out of the message, and that brings me to part number 3, which is be willing to pay the price. I had to learn to be okay with myself and deal with the consequences of sharing my message consistently, of being passionate about leadership development, on using coaching to challenge the status quo, and do things that I believed in, that may be stepping on other people's toes or overlapping on their turf, maybe going a little bit on the gray area against some of the HR practices. Not to say they were inappropriate, just simply like it was something that could have been considered like doing somebody else's job, and I had to pay the price for that. I had to pay the price of people criticizing me and finding ways to reduce my credibility or like challenge my authority and ask me things like, who do I think I am teaching about leadership when you're not even an executive or a company or something like that. And then I also had to deal with people that were totally neutral or just stopped talking to me altogether. It felt lonely at times, but that's just the price that seems to come with some of that. You'll see people that are going to criticize you, move away, or be neutral to it, and then you'll have these few people that would actually show support. So those are the things that I had to deal with, and I chose to pay that price. It was probably a heavy price to pay, since at the end it cost me my job, but I was happy about staying with it and being consistent in spreading my message and my word on that specific stage of my life. Now I'm going through a whole different phase, and it's a whole different lessons, but for now those are the three things. The first one was invest only in the people that connect with you, and then acknowledge the others but don't necessarily pay too much attention to them. Number two was commit to stand for something, stand for your message. Number three is be willing to pay the price. I had to do all those three things. I still have to do them now, and at the end of the day I'm the one that needs to be at peace with my decisions, and those three choices kind of help me do some of that and help me create my own space so I'm able to bloom and be me somewhat semi-independently of what the environment does. At the end of the day, the environment does affect me, but it seems easier if I'm able to create a set of boundaries just for myself and have that power to choose and do that. So hopefully that helps, gives you ideas to create your own way to do so. Feel free to comment with any questions or any insights that come to mind, and don't forget to share it, don't forget to subscribe, invite people to the conversation, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.